Just in case you've not heard, a total eclipse is coming to Texas on April the 8th. Hi, I'm Dan Roy, the Education and Outreach Coordinator of the Houston Astronomical Society. I want to share with you a few fun and safe ways to enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime event. First, please never directly look at the sun, even with sunglasses. See, when you get a sunburn at the beach, you feel the heat and your skin will quickly tell you. But your eyes will just suffer in silence until you pay the price a bit later. The only safe way to look at the sun is through spectral filters that reduce the photons to less than 10 per million. Fortunately, your local library will provide you with such eclipse filters and glasses courtesy of NASA's Solar Eclipse Activities for Libraries in cooperation with the Eclipse Ambassador Program of the Astronomical Society of the Pacific. Whew. Using arc-welding mask shade 14, by the way, may be adequate, but it is not recommended. A lower shade rating will not fully protect your eyes. And a warning, there are fake, unsafe versions on the market. To find out if you have a real thing, simple. Wear it inside your home. You should not see anything except the faint glow of a close, very bright light. Now, here is a fun way to prepare for the eclipse. NASA has tons of cool stuff like this and more on their website. Find a paper plate, trace the contour of an approved sun filter, cut the openings for the lenses, slots for the temples, and secure your glasses with Scotch tape. Now that should get you some giggle effect before totality, that's for sure, but that's what the fun is about. Now, here is a fun project to work on with the kids. It's called a pinhole camera. The Optics 101 thing of it is that a small hole acts as a lens. It will project an inverted image on the screen shaded from straight light. So you'll need a serial box or equivalent, a pair of scissors, some Scotch tape, and a pencil. On a scrap piece of paper, mark the limits of the screen on which the image will be projected. Fold and cut your screen and trim the short ends to fit the box. Scotch the white screen to the bottom of the camera. Close the bottom. I decided to leave the tabs for better structural integrity and protection from straight light. Now we are ready for the front end of the camera. Mark the viewport where the observer will put both eyes. Make sure it's wide enough so that even adults can use it. Cut the viewport up to the previously marked limit. Popular variation, by the way, is just to make 2 holes for the eyes, but since the interpupillary distance varies from 40 to 100 mm depending on age and ethnicity, it's more complicated and error-prone. By the way, an unsafe variation consists in cutting the whole front tab and using aluminum foil to cover the hole up to the viewpoint. It sure is easier to pierce a pinhole in this material, and it has some benefit from a cool factor, but aluminum foil reflects up to 85% of the sunlight. So a kid who just used the camera may get a bolt of bright light through its fully dilated pupils trying to pass it on to a friend. And anyone around may also be blinded by the reflection. There is absolutely no reason to complicate the construction with aluminum foil. Just make the pinhole through the cardboard. Now, that's where adult supervision will definitely be needed. The small hole, again, acts as a lens in a real camera, and it will project an upside-down image at its bottom. Make sure the hole is not too close to the head of the observers, since this is where the light enters the camera. You'll have to account for weird hairdos. Make a millimeter hole diameter 1/32 to 1/16 of an inch or so. A larger hole gives you more light, but poorer resolution. That's it. Congratulations! With your back to the sun, its image and the progressive bite from the moon will progressively appear on the screen at the bottom of the camera. Now, to get the proper orientation, watch the shadow of a box on the ground before putting your eyes to the viewport. It requires some practice, but you'll get it pretty quick. Now, let's switch gear and build a one-lens telescope. Here, I recovered the soft drink can tray. I removed part of it to prepare a 33 cm version, about 1 foot square. I kept the end tabs and cut the leftover in 3 square pieces of about 11 cm each to be used later. Hey, waste not, want not, like Jacques Pepin liked to say. Now, ever the big time spender, I invested in a 1.0 diopter pair of reading glasses. That cost me $1.50 at the dollar store. By definition, a 1 dpt lens has a focal length of 1 meter. So placing such a lens 1 meter from the ground will project a sharp image at the focal plane. I used a saw to remove one lens of a reading glasses pair and traced in contour on the bottom of a square tray. I also traced the aperture with a standard telescope eyepiece, but a quarter will do just fine. At this point, an X-Acto is most useful to cut the aperture hole. 2 of the 3 pieces of 11 cm previously set aside are used to make spacers to hold the lens in place. The 3rd piece preserved is carefully marked and cut to aperture diameter to finish the telescope. Please place the lens as if you were to use it to read, concave shape toward you. In operation, the lens will literally read the sun. That's why you must never directly look at the sun through this device. It is designed to only project an image of the eclipse on the ground. And this is what you will see when your one lens telescope is held 1 meter from the ground, about 3 feet. Again, watch the shadow of a box on the ground to find the right orientation, and you're back to the sun. And just in case you wonder what happened to the other half of the reading glasses, again, this is the side that must face the sun. I think it looks really cool. So enjoy safe watching of this once-in-a-lifetime event. Thanks for watching.